Welcome to the whirlwind again. My name is Gayle George. I am the founder and the creative director of GayleForce Publishing. And I wanted to do a final video to kind of round out this series on my experience with the Railroad Ties documentary. And if you haven't seen it, there is a link in the playlist on this channel. So do take a minute to check it out. I think the biggest gift that I've been given is an understanding of how my work with GayleForce Publishing, this mission that I have been inspired by, and it's actually been for many years, but it's consistent with the story of my ancestors that I have been learning as I have been uncovering more and more information about who they were, what their stories were, the context for some of the things that they experienced. I am seeing so many synergies with the work that I have felt called to do through this company. And I founded it many years ago and have been using it more as a consulting vehicle, doing project management or technical support, technical assistance, writing, and digital marketing type things, as well as editing and manuscript reviews and stuff like that, but hadn't really committed to the projects that I've been developing and been encouraged or inspired to bring forth. And so this entire experience with the Railroad Ties documentary and learning more about my family lineage has just helped me see how I embody a lot of those traits of just perseverance and determination, and giving me a new life as far as through my business, to express that through my business. And so I invite you to stay tuned. There's some wonderful things that are coming up that will continue to flesh out the story, my individual story and the story of my specific family, but also develop it in such a way that it speaks to more generations, more people and their experiences. And so another thing that has been really powerful is connecting with other members of my family that I didn't know, and that this information that came forth as a result of the documentary has now put me in contact with distant relatives and even relatives that, you know, from generations ago that just have built out and expanded what this tree is, what the reach of my ancestors have been, and the fact that there is so much more to my family than I grew up knowing, and that the value of developing relationships with people who I don't know and at the same time I do know, because we have such similarities, and even some things where we've been all, searching for, the same pieces and the same information. It feels like the story of John and Arabella Weems' search for their family members who had been, sold off and from whom they had been separated is still unfolding, and we're finding each other even now, even today. Gives me goosebumps. And then the other thing, connecting with the other members of the cast, and then just placing our story amongst each other. We have developed and begun to develop, really profound relationships, because we've experienced a kind of a public intimacy, right? Because we were in an experience where we didn't know what was going to happen. We're all in it together. We all got the information at the same time, and we have been individually processing what this additional information and the experience coming together means for us as individuals in our own lives. It's been an amazing experience to connect with all of the people that were involved in the production, including Melissa McCullum over at Plymouth Church, and Lisa Elsie and her team at Ancestry, who did the research that actually wound up bringing the piece together, Sacha Jenkins and his team, and Catherine Dorr, and all of the people at Sundance. It has just been an amazing journey for me. And so I've been researching like a crazy person, as far as really digging into the stories and the context of my own family, and then how, as I expand them out, some of the stories and some of the aspects of the legacy are just universal. The stories are the story of DC, or the story of gentrification, or the story of, just being disconnected from your story, and from your lineage, and then being reconnected. And then what does that mean for you? And so I am actively writing and developing projects around developing this story, what it has meant for me, and what I believe it could mean for other people. So anyway, you will see more coming as a result of that. Please do stay tuned. If you are interested in more videos around maybe genealogical research, some information, and how I've been able to find some additional information about my family, Ancestry gifted me with one line, but Mary Weems, who was my great-great-great-grandmother, married into the Savoy family, which is a whole nother, it's a whole nother tree. And so just exploring those connections, seeing those of us who are still alive and able to really enjoy and appreciate getting this information, and then connecting with each other in new and expanded ways. I will do some additional videos about that, and have some different projects coming forward that I have been working on, putting my own research into context. So again, thank you for journeying with me around the Railroad Ties story. Please do like and subscribe. There's more to come, and I look forward to sharing with you and hearing more from you as well.